Any gamer throughout their gaming journey has encountered or even played a farming game at least once. And farming games essentially are just games about patience, since you're literally waiting to collect the reward that you sow. Obviously, when I speak of farming games, there are games like Clash of Clans, which are essentially just farming games as you are collecting reward and upgrading only to in the end collect even more reward. However, we will be skipping these type of games today because I want to only speak about the pure essence of farming itself. Basically, crops and animals, the most common basis of any good farming games. Also, just a disclaimer, any PC games and other platforms except for mobile ones are excluded from this list. Because again, not everyone can afford a PC or more expensive platforms. But hey, without further ado, let's check out these games. The first game is a very well-known game which is loved by a majority of the mobile players. If you have played mobile games for quite some time, you would surely have or most definitely have encountered this game known as Hayday. What I find really neat about this game is how time efficient it is. The fact is that you can't actually play this game a lot at the same time and have to wait a couple hours before playing it again. The game also is very simple itself. You plant crops, feed animals, then come back later to cut the plants or get the resources from said animals. And with said plant and resources, you can manufacture other products like cheese, bread, clovers and other stuff which look equally attractive. Personally, I think that there's only two things that makes this game so intriguing and fun. Obviously, there's a lot more, but I prefer to only speak about the important ones in this video. And first being the fact that you can actually customize your own farm in any shape or form you want. There are countless combinations. Some look really beautiful while others are very efficient. The more you play, the more you obtain. Another cool aspect of this game is the selling side of it, where you can do business with other farms or friends. You can set your own prices and have a newspaper which helps you check other farmers selling products. Additionally, you can help other players complete their orders if they are in need of help, and of course you are rewarded for it. Same goes for you, as if you need help, you can just place a banner down and soon enough someone will help you. The game also motivates players to act cautiously, as sometimes being too greedy can cost you a lot of time and material. Another example is that after 3 harvests, trees dry out and you need to cut it down with a saw, which is a very rare item to actually possess. There's of course a lot more additional content, but it will be too much to cover. Overall though, this game is truly amazing, and if you haven't played it, I strongly recommend you playing it. The next game on our list is known as Mydearfarm. Personally, I think that the design for this game is a bit too cute, perhaps. To be honest, it just feels uncanny how simple it looks, and I don't particularly hate it, but it still feels rather strange to see something look so childish, I would say. Truthfully though, this game doesn't have much to offer since the plants needs to be harvested automatically, and there's no timer on them, which kinda sucks. The game has some good features like you being able to fully customize your farm, even though it's quite compressed. You also have a mini game where you serve customers, but that's all really. Yeah, there are animals, but I was too lazy to keep progressing. The major problem is that the game has many ways it makes you accidentally watch an ad, like a flying balloon, or even the weird scientist standing outside your farm, which I didn't really like about the game, because, well, the fact is that I couldn't even move my own character, which literally brings a lot more bad reviews from my part, really. He kinda just appears, like the character just kinda appears out of nowhere and does weird gestures? Yeah, I don't know. But you can also buy a house, which you can decorate however you want it to be. I chose quite a simple and very human design, to be honest. I wished that the game had more than this, and it gets pretty repetitive after quite some time. Overall though, I think that the game is not too bad, but it lacks a lot of content. If you have nothing to play, I guess you can play this. The final game we will be checking out is known as Harvesttown. This game seems extremely familiar, and as you would have already figured out by now, it reminds me of Stardew Valley, which is very sick as Stardew Valley is an astounding farming game. In Harvesttown, you can grow crops manually, fish, and explore this huge map, which seems quite intimidating, not gonna lie. And what I really enjoy about this game is how you have to manually do everything. Tiles the dirt, water the seeds, I don't know, I guess harvest them, even fishing is manual, I think. Now, this map may be huge and walking would be a pain to every player. So you have teleporters available to you. And now, you can explore leisurely. I will have to admit though that this game has some pretty stunning design and graphics. They have a whale-shaped island and even a sky island. How sick is that? I will say though the stores were a bit confusing to figure out, which is pretty annoying, but I'm willing to overlook it for now. Another problem that I find with this game is that there's too many things on the screen, like, what's all this? What's all this about? I don't even know. Though the gameplay is quite smooth, except for when it actually glitches out of nowhere, and you kinda just stay stuck for a good second. Though, again, this game also takes a while to load each time, so yeah, it's kinda usual, you get used to it. But yeah, if I have to be honest, except for these problems, there's also the design for the crops itself. I mean, they look pretty weird to be honest, but it's not that bad. I just don't like the design for them, it's just my personal opinions. But if you guys want to know more about this game, you will have to go check it out for yourself, as there's literally too much content for me to cover. Overall though, I think it's a very good game. You should definitely check it out, if you can't actually afford Stardew Valley, that is, because I still think Stardew Valley is way better than this, just because it's a lot simpler. Farming games are a rarity nowadays. I mean, almost nobody talks about them, except for Stardew Valley, which is still pretty cool. But then again, I still think that farming games are really sick. And the best part is that they are time efficient, so you can actually play and do something at the same time. So yeah, I think that's, for a major part, that's one of the best things you can actually do while playing it. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be leaving now, because yeah, that's it. I don't really have any other things to say. So yeah, see you everyone.